This is
Chat the Great.
Well, I mean, it's easy enough to reach me in that you can tweet me or you can email me, john.kennedy@radiox.co.uk, and you can reach out that way. As a proviso, I might miss your email, I might not see your tweet, so it's probably advisable to persevere and
okay.
keep reaching out. Hopefully don't get too annoyed or angry with me if I haven't got back to you, because that's off-putting and that could close the door if you
Yeah.
get too pushy. But at the same time, I mean, we're all quite accessible. I mean, that's just me. I would say, you have to, like with anything, you have to do a bit of research. You want to be played on the radio, listen to the radio, see what radio shows are out there, see what radio stations are out there, check them all out, see where you think you fit in, and then try and contact those places that you think you would fit in, and see what they need from you in order for them to listen to you. I mean, the BBC have got a nice setup with BBC Introducing, whereby across the country you're able to upload your own music and it will get listened to. Then, if you are lucky, it will go from a regional station to a national station, and they really communicate all the time. And I know it's been an amazing development, BBC Introducing, I think.
They kind of, if you think about it, they kind of copied you because you're doing this like Xposure, so it's kind of like similar thing. This is what you're doing basically.
Yeah. Well, it was. I mean, in a way, BBC Introducing, while it had always been an element of BBC policy going back decades, but I think really it was something that sprung from the death of John Peel, and that shook things up a lot. And it's I don't know, because I don't work for the BBC, but I'm under the impression that it meant that they started asking lots of questions of themselves and tried to work out, well, how can we replace somebody like John Peel? What was it he did? How could we do this in another way? And how could we not just have it resting on the shoulders of one particular person? Maybe we could spread that weight, and and as technology developed, because this uploading business didn't exist 20 years ago, whereas it does now, and it's a great tool and a great facility. But again, you see, you can't just rely on that. There are lots of other radio stations in the UK, around the world. You can get online, discover them. There might be one show particularly dedicated to your subgenre of music that would be a natural place for you to go to. And the thing is that no matter what niche you're in, that niche might have its own particular audience. And then there are people who go from that niche and kind of reach a bigger pool, and reach some other people. They're always, why you might have a certain subgenre that might have a hardcore particular fan base, but some of those people will connect with other people, and it will all spread from there. So, every little step is vital, I would say, and it's important to engage yourself. I mean, obviously, some artists are never going to be the kind of people who would be knocking on doors and selling themselves. That's just not them. Then they might need to, get some friends who can do that kind of stuff for them.
Yeah.
But I would say that it does stand you in good stead to learn all those different aspects. Like I remember reading about The Wedding Present, obviously successful band, still going strong today.
Yeah.
Now, something that they did, and this was a long time ago, so this was in the 80s when they first started, but they took control of everything that they were doing. So they made the T-shirts, they sold the T-shirts, they made the records, they sold the records, they booked the tour, then they sold the tour, so that they knew everything that was involved. And so when they had other people get involved, they knew or had a good idea of whether somebody was talking nonsense or somebody was going to try and rip them off, because they thought, hang on a minute, but I got a gig at that venue and all I did was phone the guy up and speak to him, and whatever the situation is, or the last time we played that venue, we got this amount of money, and you're saying we're going to get this amount of money. and you're going to
Something
take
is wrong.
Yeah.
a big percentage of it. But through when you become really successful, it's very hard for you to do all of that. But
Definitely.
if you've learned some of it along the way, then you have a really good idea of how it works and what's involved, and you'll know, yes, I need to let go of that now because I can't do all of that, and I should really be concentrating on songwriting.
Yeah.
And so it's really useful to learn about radio and learn about the press as well, and work out where can I be written about, where would I go to read about bands.